Halloween is tomorrow. Typically, everybody's thinking about ghosts and goblins and all kinds of scary creatures. There's usually some movie that comes out like Halloween Part 20, Friday the 13th Part 18. But this stuff doesn't typically faze me. But by the show of hands, how many people saw the movie Paranormal Activity? Okay. So last year, everybody kept telling me, oh, this movie is so scary. I'm like, yeah, right. So the movie is about a couple who sets out to videotape a haunting in their house. Well, the stuff that happened in that movie was so realistic, it scared the crap out of me. So that night, I could not sleep. I slept with all the lights on, one eye open, because I just knew something was going to come and get me in my sleep. And I heard every sound you could possibly think of. It was just horrible. And for the next couple of nights, I couldn't sleep. And I found out that I was fearful of paranormal activity in my mind. What is your biggest fear? Is it the fear of rejection? The fear of taking risk? The fear of public speaking? Well, don't be alarmed. Everyone has at least one fear. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, today I'm going to talk to you about conquering your fears. In order to conquer your fears, you have to identify it, confront it, and then overcome it. But let me tell you a little bit about what fear is. Fear is a distressing emotion that makes you feel threatened. But that threat can be real or imagined. Fear is a natural emotion. It can be conscious or subconscious. A conscious fear is being afraid of the dark, a dog, or a mouse. A subconscious fear is being afraid to fail or succeed, or being afraid of commitment. In order to identify a fear, you have to acknowledge that the fear exists and then work on ways to confront it and realize that it has negative consequences in your life. Well, not being able to sleep for 2 days was a negative consequence in my life. Procrastination, hesitation, not making decisions are negative consequences of fear. Being stuck in old behaviors or habits are also negative consequences of fear. Anyone who knows me knows that when I try to make a major decision, it is very, very stressful for me and them when I'm trying to make it. I go through every possible scenario, the pros, the cons, the what ifs, the maybes, because I am fearful of making the wrong decision. But it has gotten so bad that I get on my own nerves now. The last perceived big decision I had to make was I was trying to figure out if I should switch cell phone carriers from Sprint to AT&T and if I should get an iPhone over an Evo. You would have thought I was making a major life decision the way I was carrying on. Fear can be a roadblock from you having a healthy and happy lifestyle. In order to confront your fears, you have to realize that you need to work on some ways to prevent these obstacles from coming up. Not being able to sleep for 2 days, I realized that that movie was scary and it scared the crap out of me. But I also realized that nothing had ever gotten me before. Nothing's going to get me now. My house is not haunted. Turn off the lights and go to sleep. Fear is a mindset. It's not real. One step in confronting that fear is to change your thinking. We all have control of our thoughts. But fearful thoughts will come, but you just have to learn how to not accept them. If you get a thought that says, hey, I can't do this, well, you can change that thought to say, hey, I can do whatever I want. One thing that helps me is I quote a scripture. I do not have a spirit of fear, but of love and a sound mind. And what that means to me is fear is not real and it does not exist. So I'm going to tell you about a story when I was a little girl. I had a conscious fear of dogs. And there was one little dog that harassed me every day when I came home from school. He would sit at the corner, wait on me, and bark and chase me home. I hated that dog. So I would start to walk around the corner and go to the other side. Well, the little dog got smart, and the next thing I know, he was at the other corner. I was furious with this little ugly dog. So I decided, okay, I cannot live my life like this. I have got to overcome this. So the next day I got a big stick, and when I saw that dog, I pointed it at him like, I'm gonna knock the crap out of you if you touch me. And so he looked at me like, and he still kept barking. He followed me about halfway around the block, and then he ran home. And I thought, that wasn't that bad. I should have done this a long time ago. I felt like I had overcome something. So overcoming a fear is being victorious over confronting it. It's taking action. In all my indecisiveness, I have learned that in order to overcome the fear of making a wrong decision, I just need to make a decision. If I make the wrong decision, I just need to deal with it, but still just make a decision. Fear should not prevent you from living your life. It is just a mindset that can be conquered. If you identify it, you confront it, and you overcome it, you'll be fearless. Mr. Toastmaster.